Less than pli data end equals 390 data start equals 76 greater than. Let me take a moment to talk about one of the most powerful stories from this year's US Open, a moment that probably slipped past most of us amid all the headlines and leaderboard drama. It's about a golfer named Philip Barbaree Jr., and the kind of emotional victory that goes far beyond trophies or prize money. Less than P data end equals 732 data start equals 392 greater than. Picture this. It's early Saturday morning at Oakmont, the legendary beast of a course. Play had been suspended the evening before due to weather, and Barbaree, just 27 years old and relatively unknown on the major scene, was left with a brutal task. He needed a par on one of the course's hardest holes to make the cut. One hole. One chance. Less than P data end equals 1229 data start equals 734 greater than. Now this wasn't just any player. Barbaree is a former US junior amateur champ who has been grinding his way through professional golf with more struggle than spotlight. He's never made a cut on the PGA or Korn Ferry tours. In fact, the only reason he was even at Oakmont was because he battled through local and final qualifying. That alone is an achievement in the golfing world. But this moment was bigger. It was about proving something to himself, to his supporters, and to his wife Chloe. Less than top data end equals 1675 data start equals 1231 greater than. Chloe isn't just Philip's wife. She's his caddy. She doesn't have a golf background, doesn't pretend to be a technical expert, but she's been on his bag for about a year now. What she brings instead is calm, encouragement, and a unique ability to ground him when the pressure is highest. And that's exactly what she did Friday night, when the two of them sat knowing what lay ahead the next morning. A single par needed to keep the dream alive. Less than P data end equals 2018. Data start equals 1677 greater than. After a long, sleepless night, Barbaree stepped up to the ninth hole. He hit the fairway. He hit the green. Then came the putt, a 5-footer that probably felt like 50. He knocked it in. And just like that, Philip Barbaree made the biggest cut of his life. He clenched his fist, let out a roar, and then walked straight into Chloe's arms. Less than speed data end equals 226 1 data start equals 2020 greater than. Just think about that. A guy who was working at his dad's steakhouse not too long ago, now making the cut at the US Open, sharing that moment with his wife, on the bag, by his side. That's not just a golf story, that's a life story. Less than P data end equals 2506 data start equals 2263 greater than. He went on to shoot a 75 in round 3 and won't be lifting the trophy this weekend, but honestly, he already won. That 5-foot putt was more than a shot. It was a release of years of hard work, uncertainty, near give-ups, and shared dreams. Less than SOT data end equals 2627 data is last node equals data is only node equals data start equals 2508 greater than. So yeah, you probably missed the most emotional putt on Saturday, and now that you've heard it, how could you forget it? Stay subscribed for more videos.